Hey everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Oral Reports. Now, I know that today's blog is going to be a bit of a doozy to most of you watching, but because I don't follow Rotten Tomatoes, I don't give a drat. But anyway, in today's generation, when it comes to sending messages, or sometimes making comments on YouTube or whatever, sometimes people insert these funny little yellow faces or random objects called emojis. Now, I don't mind using these little guys when it comes to texting friends and all, but a few years recently, things got strange when the emojis went from phone to marketing. Thank God I don't have a single bit of merchandise from them, but just last year, that crazy hobo that I mentioned in my Surf's Up 2 blog announced to everyone online that Sony would be releasing a movie about the emojis. But what do I feel about it? Well, let's get started and find out. Released on July 28th, 2017, the movie is the Emoji Movie. Now let's get started. Hidden inside a smartphone, the bustling city of Textopolis is home to all emojis. Each emoji has only one facial expression, except for Gene, an emoji with multiple expressions. Determined to become normal like the other emojis, Gene enlists the help of his best friend, High Five, and a notorious code breaker named Jailbreak. During their travels through the other apps, the three emojis discover a great danger that could threaten their phone's very existence. So, what do I feel about this movie? Well, to be honest, I was a tad skeptical after seeing the first trailer, but after seeing the second trailer, it started to interest me. And then, after seeing the movie yesterday, following the heavy amount of hatred it had on its opening weekend, in my opinion, it's really not that bad as most folks think. But, in order to explain what I mean, let's move on to Mustang notes. The movie was inspired by director Leon's love for Pixar's Toy Story, wanting to make a new take on the concept. He began asking himself, what is the new toy out there that hasn't been explored? At the same time, he received a text message with an emoji, which helped Leon to realize that this was the world he wanted to explore. In fleshing out the story, Leon considered having the emojis visit the real world. However, his producer felt it was a much more interesting concept to explore the world inside a phone, which inspired Leon to create the story of where and how the emojis lived. Leon connected to Gene's plight of being different in a world that expects you to be the one thing, and in eventually realizing that the feeling held true for most people. Leon had said that the film was very personal. In July 2015, it was announced that Sony Pictures Animation had won the bidding war against Warner Brothers and Paramount Pictures over production rights of an animated film centered on emojis. For the movie, singer Ricky Reed recorded the song Good Vibrations, which, in my opinion, is actually a really catchy tune. Now, to me, the animation Sony did for this movie is absolutely outstanding. Even though the designs on the emoji characters are a bit cartoony, it's still very superb, as well as the avatars, viruses, spams, and other characters that are featured throughout the movie. Also, the apps inside Alex's phone are very creative. The wallpaper is used as a hallway where the characters choose which app they want to go to. And while I don't care as much about too many phone apps in reality, I think the apps featured in this movie, like Dropbox, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Just Dance, Trash, Candy Crush, and Spotify, are really cool and look very outstanding. As for the story, well, it was okay. It's a little bit of a mix of Wreck-It Ralph and Inside Out, with just a dash of you'll never fit in because you're different idea, but it's not too bad. Just a little predictable, that's all. Anyway, now that we're done with Mustang notes, let's talk about the characters and their voice actors. Our main lead, Gene, is voiced by TJ Miller. Best known from How to Train Your Dragon, Big Hero 6, and Yogi Bear. Gene is an outsider meh emoji who, unlike other emojis, can show multiple expressions. After he makes a wrong face on the text due to him freaking out, he was forced to be deleted by Smiler's minions, the bots. But he is rescued by High Five and taken to the loser lounges, where emojis don't fit in. To me, Gene is a very relatable character, and I really like how TJ Miller voices him. He makes Gene sound young and cool. Next up is High Five, a hand emoji voiced by James Corden, who has been in films like Into the Woods and DreamWorks Trolls. And next year, he'll be in the upcoming Peter Rabbit movie and Wreck-It Ralph's sequel, Ralph Breaks the Internet. The thing I like about High Five is that he's like the kind of best friend character who always looks out for his friends. I also think the things he does with his fingers are pretty creative, but he has a habit of pushing red buttons. Next is Jailbreak, a code breaker emoji voiced by Anna Faris, who has been in My Super Ex-Girlfriend, the Chipmunks sequels, and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Jailbreak used to be a princess emoji before she ran away from Textopolis to live her own life with a range of emotions. Her goal is to get past the firewall with the help of Gene so that she can live in the cloud with no worries. To me, Jailbreak is a genius hacker, and I want to consider her my favorite character in the movie. Next, we come to Smiler, voiced by Maya Rudolph, who has been in films like Shrek the Third, Strange Magic, and The Nut Job, which is going to get a sequel in a couple weeks. Smiler is a smiley emoji and leader of the tech center. She serves as the film's antagonist. She believes that every emoji is only meant to have one emotion and purpose, and always keeps a smile on her face regardless of her emotion. She has a bit of a Joker-like personality since she always smiles, and she is a complete megalomaniac. Plus, I find her smile pretty creepy. Finally, we have Gene's parents, Mel and Mary, voiced by Stephen Wright and Jennifer Coolidge. The thing I can say about Mel and Mary is that they're the type of parents who try to support their son, despite the fact that they were hesitant about Gene working at the tech center. The rest of the cast includes Patrick Stewart, Sofia Vergara, Rob Riggle, Sean Hayes, and Christina Aguilera. And now let's move on to my final words. Overall, the Emoji Movie is not a great movie by any means, but it's not terrible either. The story may be predictable, but the animation is creative, especially with how the world inside Alex's phone looks. The characters from Gene, Jailbreak, and High Five are fun, and the voice acting is absolutely phenomenal. So, if you like to see a film that's okay to watch with your children, then by all means, give this film a watch if you want, but I cannot recommend it for everybody. But it can't hurt to give this film at least one chance. And who knows? Your feelings may be different compared to most critics and viewers out there. So, my rating for this movie will be a 64% out of 100. Oh, and be sure to catch the Hotel Transylvania short, Puppy, which plays before the movie starts. Well, that's it for today, everybody. Be sure to tune in again next time for my next blog, because I think my next few blogs will be fairy tale themed. Which ones, you may ask? Well, maybe I could start with a fairy tale that takes place in New York City. Mustang Power!